your Camden Radio.
Hello and welcome to Camden Radio, sponsored by Camden Guitars. I'm your presenter, Eris Herbert. All the music that you're about to hear is original and was recorded in the Camden Guitars music studio. Just to give you a bit of background information, we are a shop in Camden, Chalk Farm, opposite the stables. And on Wednesdays we have an open mic jam where anyone passing by is allowed to play. We also choose the best of the local Camden musicians who do exclusive sessions for us, some of which are on today's broadcast. So, in today's program, we're going to be bringing you 4 sessions from Jonathan Farias, Sunday Morning Breakfast, Howard Billington, and Ricardo, also known as Roman. Upcoming interviews in future programs include interviews from Sam Garrett, Somerset Bernard, Jan Yates, Whiskey Mick, and many others. Before we start our first session, here is a track from Somerset Bernard. He wrote specifically for this broadcast. The song was written by Somerset and 2 other local musicians, but more on Somerset on another broadcast. Here we go.
This is your Camden Radio, sponsored by Camden Guitars.
People watchers watching as I walk on by, throw my case by the lot. Pretty girl gives me a smile. Fake Ray-Bans for sale, well they look good in the shade. Fake tans to be worn on a warm summer's day. I'll blow you kisses and smell your sweet perfume, but when you walk away, you'll barely even know. Just like the memories that are held in these walls, the pickpockets are gone, but a new crowd calls for more. Can't get lost if you got nowhere to go. If you're looking for me, darling, see me down the road. Over the bridge, tomorrow is another day. On the streets of Camden Town. Well, I've heard a many tale about the way things used to be. Took a walk down the end of the world to see what I could see. Them coppers, golds and silvers landed at my strings. The music police asked to see my license to sing. They'd like to take my guitar, they'd like to take my voice. They'd gladly take my money and leave me with no choice. I've paid out for a birdhouse, I've fed and clothed the queen. Go see me fortune teller for my license to sing. Can't get lost if you got nowhere to go. If you're looking for me, darling, see me down the road. Over the bridge, tomorrow is another day. On the streets of Camden Town. Camden, you're a lady in disguise. You looked at me softly with a wanting in your eyes. I was all dreams of stardust like so many men before, shining like a street light on all the people you ignore. Oh, I saw the Queen of Camden, she was singing soft and free, with a tattoo on her tits that Blake, you're the only one for me. But the wheel of life keeps rolling on this old market town. We just keep on singing, so sing it boys aloud. Can't get lost if you got nowhere to go. If you're looking for me, darling, see me down the road. Over the bridge, tomorrow is another day. On the streets of Camden Town. Another day on the streets of Camden.
Camden Radio.
Okay, well, we just heard Somerset Bernard with Camden Town. Next, we have an interview with Jonathan Farias, who was interviewed by Steve Gilmore, the producer of Camden Radio, in the Camden Guitars music studio. Jonathan was a former manager of the small shop here at Camden Guitars, and unfortunately he had to leave. More details in the interview. During the interview, one thing to point out is there is a lot of background noise, which is from the rumble of the street and from the shop above. We wanted to keep this in to really capture the roughness, which is your Camden town. Okay, so here we go with Jonathan Farias.
Your Camden Radio.
This city lights, they blind me up. I love to see but feel not much. I've been around, I've seen it all. I blink my eyes like fireball, 'cause these great times has made me cold. And after all, I feel so old. But I will try to keep myself safe and sound. I will strive to be sane and sound. Sane and sound. Sane and sound. Sound, 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 sound. Come along, my fellow traveler, and rest your bones. Come along, my brother, let's ride the sun. Oh, come along, my fellow traveler, and rest your bones. Come along, my brother, let's ride the sun. 'Cause these great times has made me go. And after all, I feel so old. But I will try to keep myself safe and sound. I will strive to be safe and sound. Sound, 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 sound. Come along, my fellow traveler, and rest your bones. Come along, my brother, let's ride the sun. Oh, come along, my fellow traveler, and rest your bones. Come along, my brother, let's ride the sun.
Camden Radio.
Okay, welcome back. I'm sitting here with Jonathan Farias, and we've just heard his song, which is called
Sane and Sound.
Ah, very nice. Forgot the name of your own song,
Yeah,
right?
for one moment. Yeah.
Before we actually start talking, I'd just like to point out that without Jonathan, the Wednesday walk-ins, the open mic walk-ins, wouldn't have happened. Jonathan was the one that actually made everything happen in the first couple of weeks once we'd gotten started. But without Jonathan, no, there wouldn't have been any Wednesday open mics. And unfortunately, Camden Guitars is losing Jonathan because he's on his way back to Brazil this very week. So by the time this programme goes out, Jonathan will be in Brazil living the life of Riley. So, anyway, tell us your story.
Well, I came to London in September of 2012. Because my auntie has been living here for 9 years, and she just invited me to come over, and I was kind of bored about Brazil, and I just wanted to see how is life out here. And came.
So were you playing music in Brazil?
Not at all. Not at all.
So really, I mean, coming here and working in the guitar shops and everything kind of triggered all this, or did you have that kind of impetus, that drive?
Yeah. Well, actually, I've been playing guitar since I was 14, but nothing really serious. Because for me, when it comes to speak like in a professional way, let's say, I'm more an actor than a singer.
Yes, because you do act as well, right? Yes.
Yeah, and I've been doing acting in Brazil in high school, and pretty much through all my life, I've been expressing myself in this way. But I think when I started to work here, and you're around all these musicians, and it kind of this side of you that was just sleeping deep inside, it just flourished.
Yeah, it does bring it out. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I must admit, one of the best things about being around this particular place is the amount of musicians that we see.
Yeah.
It's absolutely astounding.
It is.
While you were here then, obviously you started to write material, you started to write your own songs. Or was that, again, something that you were doing prior to?
Yeah, it was kind of something to myself, really. I never thought in putting out there, like, never. Because I think when you have a guitar at home and you have a bad day, I mean, is absolutely like the only way.
Better than an aspirin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I used to write some stuff, but just childish stuff. And then when I came here, I grew up really, really quick. And just now I look back and I see how much I grew up in this 1 year time.
So how you've been here a year, right?
1 year and 8 months right now. Nearly 2 years.
One of the problems with London is that. Tell me a little bit about that song, because obviously it's got a story to it, and it's got seems to me a very kind of emotional story to it. This kind of world weary, seen it, done it, lived it, caught the error message. Tell us a little bit about this particular song.
So I wrote this song up about 3 weeks ago, when I realized that I had to come back to Brazil, and of course I was really, really sad.
Gutted,
yeah, and it's the kind of song that you just do when you don't have anyone else to talk about, or when you don't have like anyone else to shout at. So you just so you just
take it out on yourself.
You just take it out on yourself, and your guitar is pretty much your alibi. So you just put out there. And it came really fast. It came really quick.
It does sound like one of these songs. I mean, for instance, a lot of us that write music, you do it. Sometimes it takes months. And then sometimes you get this track that just comes out, bam, in one go, straight away. All the lyrics, all the music, bam, done, finished.
Exactly. That was the case.
Having spent a year kind of in the centre of Camden, and in the kind of the kind of melting pot of it, in terms of, not just in terms of people, but in terms of music.
Exactly.
What do you think you in particular have learned from this experience?
Well, in Camden it's amazing. It's like you get out of the station and there is a basket just right there.
Yeah.
And you just have like got this slap in your face, just saying like, open your eyes, open your heart, because that's the land of music. And as you said, there's a melting pot, and now with all these busking laws and everything that's happening right now in Camden, I think they're just bringing fuel to the fire, because we're not going to stop, and
no, that's right.
we're not going to stop. I'm really sad because I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here to see how this results. This gonna happen. What's gonna happen. But you know, I know that I'm leaving these incapable hands. All those musicians that I met here.
Okay, Jonathan, very nice. I hope you have a great time in Brazil.
Thanks for having me.
And by the time this program comes out, you know, you'll be having fun, and we'll be still here playing in the window. Okay, this is Steve Gilmore and Jonathan Perez, and we'll see you later.
This is your Camden Radio, sponsored by Camden Guitars.
Caught in a shallow grave, didn't see the headlights coming. Every time I turn around, memories came too soon. Didn't see the sky till way past June. Every time I turn my back, I turn my back, and I don't know where to look. It's strange, living every day as if nothing's changed. Snapped in a picture book, fairy tales everywhere I look. Never-ending story going on and on and on and on. Fables in the news. Wish everything I saw was just as true. Every time I close my eyes, I close my eyes, but I don't know where to look. It's strange, living every day as if nothing's changed. Looking back on the past, always seems the truth is running. Gone at every little sound, every sound, every sound. Even though I stand here still, a victim of another person's will, I will try to find my hope, I'll find my hope, I'll find my hope, but I don't know where to look. It's strange, living every day as if nothing's changed, as if nothing's changed, as if nothing's changed.
And that was It's Strange by Anna Ray. Up next, I got a song by Jasmine Cato, who actually works here in Camden Guitars. It's called Coffee Shop. This is your Camden Radio.
It was 9:58 in an old forgotten coffee bar. Some kind of date with yourself and that old worn guitar. No one should notice but the water stain on your cup. Uninterrupted till she walks into your cup. To see a bright personality that shone on her face. A perfect example of the human race. But the funny thing was you wouldn't have noticed her in any other place. But specifically that shorty again made your heart race. The wind in the air was a little bit that day. The man in the bar asked me to stay a little longer, so we chatted for a half hour or so. And I swear until now I'd been introduced to the devil, you know. With a bright personality that shone on your face. A perfect example of
the human race. But the funny thing was I wouldn't have noticed him in any other place. But specifically that he showed it again made my heart race. She was as sweet as sugar, a kind little thing. Broke my heart when she opened her mouth to sing. Her scars laid out of her, so fragile and deep. And I wrote him up at that day that this is the one I'd like to keep. It was a sunny day when we said our goodbyes. The pixelated numbers counted down to the rest of our lives. And we left as we danced our final dance. And as I walked away, I looked back to glance at the bright personality that shone on your face. A perfect example of the human race. But the funniest thing was is you wouldn't have noticed me at any given place. And specifically then you'd shot it again, made my heart break.
Sponsored by Camden Guitars. This is your Camden Radio.
It's time for another radio interview session, this time with an Italian duo called Sunday Morning Breakfast. He plays the guitar and she sings. They were here in the UK for 3 months, in which time they got to know the shop through Jonathan, as you're going to hear in the interview. Okay, before we hear that interview though, we're going to hear their song, which is called Stateless. And once again, I'll remind you that all of the acts featured in the interviews and the songs that we play can be found online. Go check them out on Facebook, Google, YouTube and Twitter. Here we go.
Camden Radio. Your Camden Radio.
Side by side, humanity in a double-decker stateless. Loving and hating you, hiding my weakness behind this flag. I walk while others run, lost in a sunset that tastes your blood filling. Stateless, stateless. Distant divide, sliding on my life and yours, you to seek me out. And I'll fall apart, leave me up, give me and try. In the city of silver bay eyes, bittersweet days, people come and go, shining moments like pearls of a necklace, broken each day and each day new. I hold them through my fingers, but they slip all over. I am on my knees, looking for them in an empty room, feeling stateless. Wrapping crumbs of peace and then relief in a walk, writing the song. It'll be in a room. sent up to city, once made carved in iron, and I hold on I hold on with my head held high. I hold on. Even now and then, any time I feel stateless.
Hi, welcome back, and I'm sitting here with Aurora from Sunday Morning Breakfast, whose track you just enjoyed. So, tell us a little bit about how you came to Camden.
Well, I moved to London 1 year ago.
You're French, right?
I'm Italian.
You're Italian?
I'm Italian, yeah.
You sound French.
I'm Italian.
And the other member of your band is?
He's Federico. He's Italian as well.
Okay, so
yes.
We are talking Italian band, right?
Right. Yeah, we are. Even if we'll write, like, the lyrics are all in English, we got produced by an Italo-Canadian company, so it makes things easier to have the lyrics in English, and plus
it's funny because we've just recorded Riccardo Vitelloni, also Italian, who he told me in the interview, never ever written a song in Italian.
Never ever?
Never ever. Everything he writes is in English.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I don't really know why. I think in the very beginning when I started writing my own songs, I was like 16, 17. And I was writing about like personal feelings and personal things. I'm still doing it, but when I'm beginning, it was like at the beginning, it was like I was hiding behind another language. I was hiding, because otherwise, like telling things in Italian could be like showing everything too like in
too raw.
Too raw, yeah.
So. You think then if you wrote in your own language that it would be a bit more, a bit harder to take?
Well, actually, when I write the songs, I write them first in Italian, and then I try to, like, some songs they come in English, yes. But some other I write them first in Italian and then I translate them. So it's the same words, so so it's the same words, same feelings, same everything. But maybe it's because it's not my language, and I know it. Even if I feel really close to this language, and I think it's really amazingly musical and beautiful. But I feel that it's not my language, so I feel more like naked when I'm singing in Italian,
it's closer to home.
Yes, so I prefer, not like keeping the distance, because I don't want to keep the distance at all, but still, it's really personal sometimes.
So something like the fact that almost all of the music in the world is in English, that wouldn't have swayed you then? You wouldn't have thought, okay, I'll write in English because everybody else is doing.
No, it wasn't because of that. Also because when I started doing it, I wasn't my intention wasn't, okay, let's sit down and write a song. It just came out, and it just happened that I ended up being composing my own songs and playing in a band professionally. It just happened. Well, London is full of opportunities for musicians, so it's full of opportunities for everybody. For everybody.
Yeah.
But for those who wants to make music, there are loads of amazing places here in London, full of amazing musicians jamming, and you can hear music all over. So
particularly in Camden, of course.
Yeah.
Which is famed for it.
Yes.
So what exactly then brought? I mean, obviously the lure of London is very, very, very strong, right across the world.
Yeah.
But obviously, most people know London, but very few people really know about Camden and about its particular style.
Well, actually, I
so
already
what
knew
drew
it.
you to here?
Yeah, because I knew it. I knew about
So
Camden.
you'd come here before, right?
Yes, because I knew that it was full of amazing people. I heard about Camden a lot, and I heard that loads of musicians came out from Camden, and so I knew that it was an amazing place to not only to visit, but to try to live, to feel. So, and it became actually like a second home to me, Camden, and I really, really love it. And I felt at home so easily and so quickly, because there's loads of different amazing people walking on the streets, and it's such a shame that they stopped the busking in the streets, because otherwise you could sometimes you can still hear some music in the streets of Camden. And luckily this shop, the Camden Guitars, gives every Wednesday the possibility to loads of unknown artists to be able to play in a window, with the speakers outside, so everybody so everybody can see us, they can hear it and can hear us. And we played here on the very, very first day. So we started the Wednesday busking, and I remember that there were people walking on the street and stop and crossing the street to come and to shoot beaters, and a couple of people, there were two producers and two people that were coming in, and they were interested, and they were asking us things and asking us for the album, and we felt so in the right place.
This is the place.
Yeah, in the right place. Yes.
Aurora and Sunday morning breakfast. Hopefully, when you get back, we'll still be here and we'll still be Camden.
I'll pray for bed. Thanks a lot.
We'll be back in just a little while.
Okay, there we go with Steve Gilmore's interview of Aurora from Sunday Morning Breakfast. Up next, we got Tommy Doyle with his song. He's a Westminster busker who has an upcoming session in a future show. This is your Camden Radio. Here we go.
Sponsored by Camden Guitars.
This is your Camden Radio.
Oh, an old man came a-courting me, hey, thing a Durham day. An old man came a-courting me being young. An old man came courting me, swore he would marry me. Maid, when you're young, never wed an old man. 'Cause he's got no fallorum, fall diddle day. He's got no fallorum, fall diddle day. He's got no fallorum, he's lost his thing Durham day. Maid, when you're young, never wed an old man. And when we went to church, hey, thing Durham day. When we went to church, me being young. When we went to church, he left me in the lurch. Maid, when you're young, never wed an old man. Well, he's got no fallorum, fall diddle your own day. He's got no fallorum, fall diddle day. He's lost no fallorum and he's lost his thing Durham. Maid, when you're young, never wed an old man. When we went to bed, hey, thing Durham day. When we went to bed, me being young. When we went to bed, he laid like he was dead. Maid, when you're young, never wed an old man. So I threw me leg over him, hey, thing Durham day. I threw me leg over him, me being young. Well, I threw me leg over him and damn near smothered him. Hey, when you're young, never wed an old man.
Camden Radio.
1 hour's not so long, it's an hour I can afford to lose. I see you, then you're gone. I think something I can't see through. I eat the food, I drink the wine. I see so many pretty things, but I haven't got the time. The vision scrolling along, I'm sleeping like I never did. It seems that when it's gone, it won't live up to what it is. I eat the food, I drink the wine, I see so many pretty things, but I haven't got the time to see you and me. You've seen it all before, and it's yours, not mine. Oh, I see it, then you're gone now. 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 Oh, I see it, then you're gone. 2 days they go so fast, I'm gonna miss the good eating. I've got a boarding pass, already miss everything. The colour, sight and sound, thank you for the tour. But all I miss this town, I'm gonna miss my tour guide. I'm seeing everything, and then it's gone. You show me everything, and then it's gone. I'm seeing everything, and then it's gone. You show me everything, and then it's I see it, then you're gone now. I see it, then you're gone now. I see it, then you're gone now. Right or wrong, all along to fade out. I see it, then you're gone now. I see it, then you're gone.
Your Camden Radio. Okay, we just had a song from Tommy Doyle, followed by Howard Billington, Then It's Gone. Steve Gilmore actually interviewed him in the next radio interview session up next. He is a musician from Kent who met Steve about 10 years ago online, and when he came to the shop it was the first time that they actually met. Since then he has become part of Camden Guitars' regular lineup. Howard has actually just released a new album complete with videos online, as have all the artists featured in the programme. Okay, here we go. Here's his interview.
It's my pleasure today to welcome one of my musical heroes, in fact, a guy that I've known for about 4 years, and actually met him just lately as soon as we started to do the Camden Guitar window gigs. In my opinion, one of the best lyricists I ever came across, and definitely the funniest.
Hey, that's me.
Howard Billington.
Hi.
So, Howard, you, when I first met you online, you were living in Gravesend in Kent?
Yeah, I was moving around quite a lot at the time, to be honest.
Although we've only met recently, you told me that you know about Camden, you've been around Camden, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things is growing up in Gravesend, because Gravesend's kind of like your one stop outside of the travel car zone. You want to tell everyone you're from London, but you're not quite. And then, it would always be growing up as like, let's go to London, let's go to London. Then you reach a certain age and it wasn't let's go to London, it's let's go to Camden. And, everyone, all the people you're hanging out with at that age, you're all into music and you just go to Camden. And the truth is you don't really know what you're doing there. You don't know where to go, where the best places are, but you're in Camden and there's a reputation around it. So, and then when I eventually moved to London, which was only a couple of years ago, it just suddenly started striking me that Camden's actually this place that's right on my doorstep, and it starts becoming something that you actually live more around rather than just a little holiday destination down the road.
So far you've played 3 times in the shop?
Actually, I played a few times after you left because I'm always coming annoying the noise pollution laws. Like, hi, it's 7, I'm going to play. So I've probably actually played there about 6 times, I think now. Right. Usually just until the point where they're looking at me going, neighbours.
I have to point this out that when I say that Howard's one of the best lyricists I ever met, I have to qualify that by saying that Howard has this amazing tendency to write absolutely laugh out loud funny lines.
I didn't actually. The song I just played was not particularly laugh out loud.
The song that we recorded today is a little more serious, but for instance, quote me a little bit of, if you would, Take Your Shot.
Take Your Shot. Well, yeah, one of my favourite things at the chorus on that one is Take your shot, you're never going to get me. Take your shot, you're never going to bring me down. You suck real bad, and you can go to hell. That and also your breath smells.
Now, you know, I mean, when I first heard that, which was when I first met you, the thing that impressed me about that most was you didn't really notice what the words were while you were getting into the song. You know, it was like, oh yeah, this is really punky. I really like this. And then all of a sudden, you know, you start to register the words, and you're thinking, what, what, and it as you kind of register the words more and more, the funnier the thing becomes.
But I think that in a strange way, I mean, for me, I don't see myself as a comedy person, but I think that comedy is kind of how I express things most of the time. And so, you know, when I write that, you know, when I write those things, it is from a genuine place. I mean, the person that's about, I really do have a problem with their breath. I mean, you know, it's, you know, I mean...
Well, you've got to write from your own truth,
difficult.
That's for sure, because otherwise the song won't resonate. But the material that you have online is fully recorded, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like layers. I like to just add more and more things. But that's one of the things that I've loved about Camden is Camden's such like a raw thing that, you know, it is people just bringing along guitars and playing it as it is. And no, I've loved doing that. It's outside of my comfort zone, but you know, it's something where you're relating to people. You know, it's just people with a guitar, and you're as good as how you play.
It's true. Obviously, then you've kind of spent some time adapting to Camden. You're kind of used to it now. Yeah. You're well aware of the things that go on around there. You're well aware of its little problems.
Yeah.
And you're well aware of the way that the area does appear to be changing.
Yeah.
So let's take a little travel into the future. In a couple of years' time, for instance, what do you see Camden kind of looking like?
Well, my worry about Camden is very simple, which is in the same way that it attracts the artistic and creative people, it attracts such a out of the norm side that you get the bad and the good. I mean, you do get people standing around on the bridge over the lock just trying to sell like drugs all the time. Drug dealers. Yeah, and you get that sort of stuff. I mean, it's not like oppressive like it would be if you went to like East London or somewhere, but it's kind of you're getting a mix of everything. And I think the thing is that because there's not so much of a unified voice all the time, it's just a sort of a very open, creative place, that it's built up this reputation. And I do think it's inviting. And I hate to say this because it makes it sound like I'm anti everything commercial, but it is inviting an element of commercialism in. And you know, you look at things like house prices in Camden, as far as from what I've read, they're going up, things like that. You know, the sort of Amy Winehouse legacy thing that's around
exactly,
there.
Yeah.
And you know, it's become too openly and obviously cool. It's rather than this little place where the little place that's cool, it's become cool in a way that now, you know, people want to be there, like the yuppies want to be there. And
it's kind of like a victim of its own success.
Yeah, I think anywhere like that's going to be, because you know, people, you know, the yuppie people want to be part of something they're not part of, or at least they want to come across that way.
So you do see then a future for our kind of music in Camden?
We as people are always going to be somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
I'd like to think that we stay in Camden. And I think that Camden, like I say, has got enough musical places, enough places actually putting on live music, which, let's face it, is the heart of it.
It is.
That's going to keep it going. That community is always going to last.
So it's a Camden state of mind, right?
It's the Camden state of mind, yeah.
Yeah.
That you can't get rid of.
Okay. Howard Billington, thanks a lot for this conversation.
Thank you for inviting me and putting me on the spot.
You can check out Howard online, SoundCloud, SoundClick, YouTube,
Facebook, everywhere.
You know, he's everywhere. It's like the plague. Okay, we'll be back with something else.
Your Camden Radio.
This is for those who fell and keep getting up. This is for you, my friend, who are waking up. You are beautiful and strong. You are wiser than you know. So when the darkness comes, don't fight. You are meant to be the light. And don't be ashamed of where you are. You've come so far. Don't be afraid of the way you gotta go. You can relax. You are not alone. You can relax. You're not alone. Oh brother, do you feel still lost in the dark? Oh sister, can you hear the sound of your heart? Let it bring you back to now. You'll know why, you will know how. So if the darkness comes, that's fine. You are light, go on and shine. And don't be ashamed of where you are. You've come so far. Don't be afraid of the way you gotta go. You can relax. You are not alone. You can relax. You're not alone. The world needs healing. The world needs love. Honor your feelings and you won't get lost. May you find the way. And don't be ashamed of how you feel. Love is the only thing real. Don't be afraid of the way you gotta go. You can relax, we're going home. You can relax, we're going home. You can relax, we're going home.
Okay, there's a song by Ricardo, also known as Roman. He's been based in Camden for a year and is arguably one of Camden's rising stars, often playing packed venues with Sam Garrett, also a rising Camden star. I should also mention we are also doing an interview with him in a future broadcast, that is with Sam Garrett. So here's the interview with Steve Gilmore. Afterwards, we're going to be playing you that song that I know you've all been waiting for by John Alma called Black. Okay, here we go.
This is your Camden Radio, sponsored by Camden Guitars.
Hi and welcome. I'm sitting here with Ricardo Vitellone, also known as Roman. Ricardo's played in the shop, 3-4 times now?
More.
Yeah. Almost a regular. So, Ricardo, tell us a little bit about how you came to Camden.
I came to Camden on my very first day in London, which was April 4th, 2013.
It's a bit precise.
I remember that. And I came because I moved to London from Rome because I wanted to do music and I knew that Camden was the place to be, but I had no idea where to start and how to do it. So I was walking around to just see how it is and find buskers, and that's when I met Naomi on my first day. I met Naomi because she was busking up on the bridge on Camden High Street.
This is the artist that everybody knows as Nayo, right?
Nayo, yes. Nayo, she was there doing her thing, and I thought, wow, she's really great. And then I started busking I started copying what she was doing, like busking where she was busking, or trying to see what worked. And then I was lucky enough to find a job here in Camden.
This was at Inspiral Lounge.
This is Inspiral Lounge, right by the canal. I've been working there for a little over a year. So Camden has been part of my London experience since the start.
And did you start writing songs in Italy, or is this a kind of recent...
I was writing songs in English back in Italy. I never even attempted to write a song in Italian for some reason. It never came. So I was writing songs in Italy, but I feel like except for a few songs, the songs that I'm really proud of are the ones that have happened here in London, surrounded by all this music.
So you would say that being around here and kind of soaking up the musical atmosphere has really charged your style in a way.
Definitely. When I came to London, I had the idea of recording 5 songs for an EP, and then it took me a year to realize that those songs I didn't want to record anymore. So the EP that I finished recording a couple weeks ago, the 5 songs on it are completely different from what I started with. So it's 5 songs that I wrote here because I'm growing up as a musician and as a person. So now the sound that I have now is what I wanted to find when I was in Rome, but I didn't know how to get there.
I remember seeing Roman. I think it was probably the first or the second gig that you were doing with Juan Alma. I think it was the second gig that you did it in Spiral. And I remember the songs that you were doing on that set, and listening to when we were recording Be Positive just now, how much difference there is between that original Be Positive and this one. And I think a lot of that has to do with your relaxing into being a singer and a songwriter and a musician. So do you think that you've gained more confidence by being in a situation where you're surrounded by these absolutely knockout, devastating musicians?
So much talent.
Yeah.
The first stage was, shit, everyone's so talented.
Everybody gets that.
Everybody, I've really felt like it's almost as if you take it as a challenge.
Yes.
I want to be better than this.
It's very daunting, very intimidating.
And it's and then that turned into, I am so blessed to be in this atmosphere where there's no competition.
Not really.
Some of my favorite artists in the whole world are my best friends. So when you get to that point, you realize that I'm on my path, and they're on their path, and we're all doing what we do, and there's no wrong way of doing it. So the moment you realize this is me, and I couldn't possibly sound like Nayo or Sam Garrett or anyone else.
Where do you think Camden is going in terms of its musical identity and its musical style? One of the problems right now is that we have a council that doesn't seem to understand that its musical heritage is disappearing.
I think for those who are listening now who know Camden, the problem is extremely visible in one example. Do you know DJ Grandpa?
Sure.
That is everything that is wrong with Camden. That's it. If you know what DJ, I mean, nothing personal with the guy.
No, it's a good DJ.
Absolutely nothing personal. But if there are friends and musicians who are trying to busk because maybe they just want to share their music, or because that's how they make money and that's how they survive, and they get hassled by the council and officers and security guy that say, oh, that's a nice guitar, maybe next time I'll take it to go with my collection. Like this kind of hostility, when all they do is to bring amazing music, and just by paying a certain amount, you can have DJ Grandpa playing Black Eyed Peas and whatever with the guy dancing and making a lot of money. That is, it's just a business now. There's the soul of Camden. What I saw when I first came, there was a musician around every corner.
Every corner.
And maybe it's not always a fantastic musician, but you see the soul. You see how genuine people are. Like, I'm gonna go to Camden because that's where it's at.
Here we are living in an area that's absolutely full to the brim of bars and restaurants and places to play and open mics and everything else. And yet none of these people pay us any money. Not one. So when you're talking about being a musician in this environment, what you're really talking about is you're talking about doing it for free. You have to do it for free. You cannot get a paid gig.
No.
There are no paid gigs.
You go crazy if you try.
So you go crazy if you try, that's right. So do you feel that that's a problem? Yes, we've got loads of places to play, but nobody seems to understand that we're doing this out of love of music.
Well, because if you own a bar or a restaurant, for you, unless you are someone who comes from the same background, it doesn't matter. You just want to make money.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to come play for free, fuck it. Someone else will come play for free.
Yes.
There's too much offer.
Yes.
So that I don't even think that we can fight that. That's why if you are okay with doing what you do because you love it and that's it, then the money can come from busking. But even now, there are so many things that you can do online.
Oh yeah.
You can raise money. You can have people donate. And that is the new challenge.
Ricardo, it's been real nice talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
I really hope you have a great time with the EP. And as Ricardo's saying, that will be out in September at usual download stores. Okay, this is Steve Gilmore with Ricardo Vitelloni, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Sponsored by Camden Guitars. This is your Camden Radio.
And up next is that John Almason. Okay, here we go with Black. A little bit of background information. John Alma has played in the shop quite frequently. He's a singer-songwriter from Spain, and he has lived in Camden for a year and is very well known. We have recorded more tracks with him for future broadcasts. Okay, well, this is everything, and thanks for listening, and we'll be seeing you soon. So this is Eris Herbert, your presenter, signing off. All credits go to our producer of the show, Steve Gilmore, and of course me, your presenter, Eris Herbert. Okay, thank you very much. And remember that Camden Radio is sponsored by Camden Guitars. Check us out on Facebook, Google, YouTube, and Twitter. Okay, guys, here we go.
Your Camden Radio.
Awake with a terrible headache. You don't remember what you did yesterday. What a mess, babe, what a mess you made. You ruined everything you used to get. I'm falling down in my own trap. What can I say, babe? I'm not very smart. Whoa, taking my heart from the floor. Tomorrow probably say I should try to stop, but today everything is black. You know the truth. I'm losing my mind every time I'm trained, so please, babe, don't
don't let me down. You make me stronger. 'Cause you are the light in my life when everything is black. Everything is black. Now it's time to link your night. How many regrets will you be able to write? 'Cause you were waiting for her in the bar, babe. She probably thought you will be fine. 15 minutes after she came, your mind is gone again. You don't remember what was important, but she was there. Stop being like this, 'cause she's getting hurt. Tomorrow you probably say sorry 4,000 times, but today everything is black. You know the truth, babe. Losing my mind every time I drink, so please don't let me down. You make me stronger. 'Cause you are the light in my life when everything is black, 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 black. Baby, 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 everything is black, 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 black. Don't let me down. You make me stronger. 'Cause you are the light in my life when everything is black, 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 black. Baby, everything is black, 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 black. Baby, everything is black, 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 black. Baby, everything is black.
Sponsored by Camden Guitars. This is your Camden Radio.